Today we're talking about manifesting marriage, specifically focusing on Neville Goddard's incredibly powerful ring technique. We're going to break down exactly how you can use your imagination to attract the absolute relationship of your dreams.
So start by asking yourself this kind of provocative question. How do you attract your desired marriage using only your imagination? I mean, no desperate searching, no forcing things in the outside world. If you're tired of the usual dating grind, this material suggests a completely different path. The real work, it actually happens entirely in your mind.
Our guide for this is the brilliant mystic Neville Goddard. Now, if you follow this space, you probably know he taught something pretty radical, that human consciousness is the one and only true reality. Your imagination is quite literally creating your physical experiences. You're not just a passive observer here, you are the one projecting the whole show.
Section 1. The Power of Consciousness and Imagination.
Goddard argues that we need a massive paradigm shift. You've got to stop viewing the creative force of the universe as some external entity sitting way up in the sky. Actually, your own consciousness, your fundamental awareness of being, is the true creative force. Whatever internal state you hold is exactly what solidifies into the physical world around you.
And this is absolutely crucial. It perfectly illustrates why millions of prayers go completely unanswered every single day. Begging an external power literally just reinforces the fact that you lack something. If you pray from a place of lacking, you just get more lack. Goddard's method flips the script entirely. You have to assume the feeling of fulfillment. You step right into the emotional state of already having exactly what you desire.
Section 2. The secret of the law of assumption. To explain how this mechanism works, Goddard drops this heavy quote from Blaise Pascal. "You would not have sought me had you not already found me." Think about that for a second. If you desire something, it means the fulfillment of that desire already exists for you somewhere in a greater dimension. To truly desire it is essentially to already have it. You just need to align with it.
But how do we actually bridge that gap? Well, you use what Goddard calls spiritual sensation. This means using your imaginary sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch to give an internal image the dynamic tone of physical reality. You're not just looking at a flat daydream in your head, you're feeling it. You're experiencing it right now in your imagination until it feels 100% real.
Section 3. The Desire to be Married.
Okay, let's get into a real-world application. In one of his lectures, a woman hit Goddard with a question so many people struggle with. She said, "I would like to be married, but I haven't found the right man. How do I imagine a husband?" It's a completely fair point, right? How do you visualize something when you don't even have a face to put to it yet?
Goddard's advice here was a real game changer. He told her, don't limit the state of marriage to a specific person. Don't obsess over finding a specific face. Instead, focus entirely on the joy of a full, rich, and abundant life. You want to condense a whole feeling of being happily married into a single, undeniable sensory action.
Section 4. The Imaginary Ring Technique. He gave her 3 very specific steps to do this. Step 1, relax into a sleepy state. You want to be deeply relaxed, kind of hovering right before sleep, but still totally in control of your thoughts. Step 2, assume the feeling of marriage. Embody that state. And step 3, touch the imaginary ring.
Let's break that third step down because it's the core of the whole thing. Once you're relaxed, you imagine a wedding ring on your left hand. Then you use your imaginary right hand to physically touch it. Spin it around your finger. Feel the cool, solid metal. Pull it up over your knuckle and push it back down. You just repeat this simple action over and over until it feels distinctly, undeniably real.
It is all about total immersion. You have to become so completely lost in the sensation of that ring that when you finally open your eyes, you are genuinely shocked, like truly surprised, to find your hand is actually bare. You're essentially convincing your deepest consciousness that the ring is a solid fact right now.
Section 5. Persistence and Fulfillment of Desire.
Now, you can't just do this once, open your eyes, and give up. You gotta persist. That woman who asked Goddard the question, she did this ring technique night after night as she fell asleep for an entire month. And check out her results. In November, he proposed. In January, we announced our engagement, and the following May, we were married. She manifested a partner who completely exceeded her wildest dreams.
And there's another wild story from the source material. An ex-alcoholic man actually went out and bought a physical, solid gold prop ring from a pawn shop.
He felt he needed a little physical help to anchor his imagination, so he wore it to bed every single night. He'd fall asleep physically touching it, assuming the feeling of a happy marriage. And sure enough, shortly after, he met the exact right woman and they got married.
The big takeaway from all of this? You have to ignore the physical evidence of your senses. I don't care if you feel lonely right now or if your physical reality screams that you're single. Ignore it. You must stubbornly live in the assumption that you are already what you want to be. The internal feeling absolutely has to come first. The 3D world just catches up later.
So, knowing all of this, knowing that your consciousness is the literal creator of your world, and that a focused, simple act of imagination can rewrite your entire future, what reality will you choose to touch, feel, and assume tonight as you drift off to sleep? The power is, quite literally, at your fingertips.